All right. So, how do you identify the hottest real estate markets and secure the best deals? Right. And for that, we're going to be looking into the book, The Advanced Guide to Real Estate Investing by Ken McElroy. I previously did and I'll put a card up to the video for just the regular ABCs version of this book. So, kind of more of the fundamental stuff um, in there. So, why should you read this book to begin with? Basically, it truly expands on the previous book, the actual fundamentals book. Um, it goes much more in depth with advice and that sort of thing, specifically on identifying which markets you should invest in to begin with, rather than looking at individual deals. Right. So that's one reason why, and it's also a reason to know that specifically is like real estate is always it's a long-term investment, right? At least in kind of his philosophy on how you should be getting into it to begin with. And so, the market's kind of more important than the deal, more or less, right? At least if you get, it's a lot easier, it seems, to do well in real estate if you focus more on picking the best markets rather than just trying to find deals wherever, right? So that being said, to kind of reiterate who Ken McElroy is to begin with, he's a rich dad advisor for real estate with nearly 30 years of experience in multifamily and property management experience, and he also owns MC companies since 1985, right? For this book specifically, the first edition was in May of 2008. And then the actual like Rich Dad published versions were in October 2013 and then June of 2019. So it's continuously being revised, right? Or at least republished. I don't know how much they change per edition. I think I have the latest one. But anyways, what are you actually going to learn from this book? So from what he says this book will teach you, not to say that it doesn't, but just taking his words. So it will teach you how to think and operate like a real estate Mongol, how to target and watch the top 10 real estate markets, how to identify and close deals like an expert, why multifamily housing is the best real estate investment, how to surround yourself with a team that will help maximize your money, and how to avoid paying thousands in taxes by structuring property sales wisely, right? All things that you need to really be like to really accelerate building wealth in real estate, right? So obviously all from his perspective and sort of things and things that he's actually been doing for years. One of the things that he has in this book that isn't in the other is something that he calls the 10 advantages of real estate. Basically just kind of listing advantages over real estate, specifically over other asset classes in general, right? And so he gives in-depth breakdowns, which I thought was really helpful, of specifically like 30-year stats, like appreciation and that sort of thing. And he also compares it to stocks over 30 years. Um, Obviously, taking the data with a grain of salt, and you have to look at that for yourself and kind of provide your own value judgment, right? Especially if you're comparing stats for that long, right? So he talks about the power of multifamily investing. As I said before, he also gives simple math and demographics of basically where he provides simple math and demographics to look for if you're really trying to invest long term in multifamily housing, right? He also gives real world examples along with plans used for different deals that he did. He does give examples of things that he specifically did himself, right? And this is including like basically constructing a whole new building and then also buying a current one and changing how it operates and that sort of thing to kind of force appreciation or just make it profitable, right? Or even more so. He gives myths of investing in apartment buildings in general. I kind of put those to rest. What to look for in a seller market, or or what to look for in sellers and markets in general, right? To kind of help put certain things on your radar and make sure you're investing in the right place, right? Give yourself kind of a leg up so you're not, having to lose money at all, right? Or at least significantly decrease the probability that you will, right? Put the odds in your favor. So he also, in this one, gives a lot more advice on the purchase process itself, like what to put in the offer, purchase and sale agreements, what to do during the due diligence period, right? And gives examples and a template for that. He also talks actually about, he talks more on equity, financing, and close of escrow in this book that he didn't do in the other one, right? So this is another one that would be helpful to keep as kind of like a little manual as you're doing your own real estate investing, it seems, especially if you are new and just starting out. That's what I plan on using it for myself. So to kind of wrap up, I will put up in a card to the video of the first one of just the regular ABCs of real estate investing, and then I'll also put a playlist for other book reviews that you can find. So with that being said, I'm going to leave this one here and hope to see you guys there.